Good morning, my former students and maybe future students. I had a message that some of my students from last year were trying to get ready for the first day of 7th grade and maybe had some questions about some subjects. And so I was just going to make this short little video, and hopefully this will help you with any questions that you might have had. So it was over dividing a decimal by a decimal. And so I just popped up here to school and left my little recording stand at home. So hopefully I won't move the camera too much. So the first thing we want to look at is when you have your problem, let's say that you had, let's say you had this one. Okay, so this would be tens, hundreds, thousandths, 36 hundred thousandths divided by 9 9 thousandths, right? Well, in order to divide a decimal by a decimal, the first thing you have to do is you have to make your divisor a whole number. And so we're going to move our decimal over 3 places to the right to make it a whole number. The reason we're able to do that is because it's like you're multiplying by 1,000. Okay, so obviously if you do that here, you have to do it here. So if we multiplied this by 1,000, we would move that decimal over 3 places as well. And so now we have our problem, and we're dividing 9 into 3 6/10. And we take our decimal and move it up into the quotient, so we can go ahead and just know where that's going to be in our answer. And 9 won't go into 3, but 9 will go into 36 4 times. 9 times 4 is 36, and you have no remainder, okay? I used that one because it was really simple. The mathematical part was simple, but I wanted you to see the process where you cannot do anything until you make that divisor a whole number. And so however many decimal places it is, that's what you're multiplying by, that power of 10. That's the rule behind it. You're just moving that decimal to the right, but you have to do the same thing in the dividend, and then you are able to divide. Let's do another one. How about... I'm trying to find one that's a little bit more difficult. Well, how about this one? We've got 18 hundredths, and we're going to divide that into 9 thousandths. So once again, make your divisor a whole number. Two places to the right, 2 places to the right, because it's like you're multiplying by 100. I always like to rewrite my problem so that I don't have all those decimals, so I don't get confused. Okay. So see, you've got your original problem where you moved it 2 places to the right. You did that in the dividend as well, and now you've got the correct location and placement of your decimal. So now you're just ready to divide. So will 18 go into 0? Absolutely not. Will 18 go into 9? It's not going to do it, is it? And so you're going to have to put a 0 there. And then you're going to have to annex a 0, meaning add another 0, so that you're able to divide. So now we're looking at dividing. And maybe this would be better for you if I do this and then I bring these down. So then you can see, no, that doesn't divide. And so now I'm going to bring down this 0. And now we're dividing into 90. And will 18 go into 90? Absolutely. And I know that it will go 5 times. And 5 times 18 is 90, and you have no remainder. Let me also remind you, too, something that you learned in 5th, maybe 6th grade, is that you can come over here and make your table of values for your factors of 18. And we know 1 times 18 is 18, 2 times 18, and maybe we don't know what it is. So you could actually If it's easier for you, you could think, okay, 18 plus 18, and that gives me 36. Okay, and then 3 times 18, 4 times 18, 5 times 18, and we knew that that was 90. But you can use that repeated addition, and you can use that table of values to help you with your division so that you don't have all those those multiplication problems all over your paper and it's a jumbled hot mess, you know. Now, I'll do another one. How about this one? How about 4/10 divided into 52? And so maybe you're thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm dividing a decimal into a whole number, right? But same thing, your divisor cannot be a decimal. It has to be a whole number. So we move it over one place, and then you're looking at this number going, well, there's no decimal there, right? But there's always a decimal in your whole number. It's always at the end, but you then have to move it over one place to the right because you're multiplying by 10, okay? You had 4/10, you're multiplying by 10. So now we're dividing 4 into 520 is what that would be, okay? And we can put that decimal there and put it there so that you know where it goes in your answer if you need it. And so 4 goes into 5 one time, which is 4. Bring down your 2. 4 goes into 12 3 times, which is 12. And you've got your 0, and 4 won't go into 0. And then you have nothing left over. You're finished with your problem. You know that 4 goes into 520 130 times. Now, for some thinking steps, step 1, write your problem. Step 2 was move your decimal, or move decimal in the divisor until you have a whole number. And then move it the same number of places. Oh, sorry about that camera placement. Move the same number of places in the dividend. Okay. Then place your decimal. Oops, sorry, y'all. I've been at a football game this morning. I'm hot and sweaty and excited about the first day of school on Monday and getting everything finished up in my classroom. So place your decimal in the quotient. And then divide as usual. I hope this helps you jog your memory on how to divide a decimal by a decimal. And if I don't get to talk to you or see you, have an awesome first day of school. And if you ever have any requests, just be sure and send me an email at mbaroque. I'll write it down here. mbaroque at AISD.net, and I can see what I can come up with for you. Have an awesome day. Talk to you later. Bye.